What is going on? This is the Vinyl Casket, home to the lamest taste. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. All one word, the Vinyl Casket. Where subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much, much more. We're getting into a casket review on something I have been waiting on. This is the Netflix original Cobra Kai Season 6. Part 3. This is the final season, the final part. This is the finale. This is Cobra Kai. Wow. This was a strong final finish to the 3-part season finales. Wow. I was honestly at the end of part 2 when the kid on Cobra Kai passes away. I didn't know what they were going to do from that. I don't know how they were recover. I don't know what direction they were going to go. I had no idea. This part just dropped in the middle, I believe, of February. And I just, dude, it was just so good. I put it off for a little bit, this final part, but I got around to doing it, and I love this show. I got into it around season 2 or season 3, and ever since I love this show. It was so good. And we'll just talk about this season, but this part really. But they took that huge emotional moment at the end of the last part, and they were able to build on it in a way that I didn't think was possible. They took that death, and they were able to make it felt, the waves, where the tournament's done and this person's struggling, this person, now the effects of real life are slapping these seniors in high school back in the face, and they got to worry about the relationships falling apart and this, that, and rebuild themselves. And in trying to do that, they find a way. There's a possibility for a new, for a brand, I can't speak. I'm just so about the show. It's so good. There's an opportunity to have the tournament again, to finish the finals, and there's back and forth, and there's reasons for who the Iron Dragons want it, and the the Miyagi-Dos are like kind of against it, but eventually everyone comes to a head. And as you watch all these personal storylines get concluded and get to good positioning, that's when the tournament comes back, and you're like, oh shit, okay, this is gonna happen. And spoilers galore. I won't talk about the specific storylines, but I'm going to talk about the actual main storyline here. Is that I really enjoyed how they took a moment for Robbie, who had been struggling this entire season, and they put him in a position where he's ready to go. And as he's about to hit that moment, he gets hurt. And that follows the train of thought of the guy he's fighting, who's been this aggressive, brainwashed cheater. So it lines up that would happen. But in that head, I was really excited that Miguel gets a chance to shine again with them finding a loophole and being able to bring back him as Cobra Kai, because Cobra Kai basically says, no, we're not going to enter a substitute. We're not going to show up. We're going to forfeit. Him being a former Cobra Kai champ allows him to take that over, and basically Miyagi-Do forfeits in order for them to reclaim the Cobra Kai title and moniker, and remake it in a way that it just feels good. Like from the start of the show here, there's a huge full circle moment, and I really enjoyed that. And even on Sam's side, where she basically says, I can't do this, and she gives up, it sets up this whole new storyline. And both those Cobra Kai people end up, who are, Miyagi-Do, Eagle Fang, Cobra Kai, whatever you want to call them, they all get their full stories where they both win. And then at the end, when they tie for the team title, they're able to have Johnny Lawrence have his opportunity to have his full circle moment, and that build up and that lead and the teamwork between him, so good. So it was a really well done season. Part 3, whatever. The whole season as a whole is a very nice watch. This was my favorite part, I think, and I really enjoyed it. My main issue, which I think is everybody's going to be issue, is the way they killed off the two bad guys they're against each other, which has been an ongoing struggle for this past season and into the last season, was that your two bad guys hate each other. So you see that going on, and the way they ended that, the way they basically, one was dying of cancer, the other one had nothing going for him. They just blow up the yacht. They blew up a yacht, and then no one talks about it. The fact that he never shows up to the tournament doesn't throw anybody off after him being there consistently. That was like a big flag, and I don't want to let that affect the point system here for the rating, because that's just one gripe over 6 seasons of a show. I'm going to give this show a 4.8. I feel like it could go down as low as a 4.5 because of that one storyline, how they ended it. But because this looks like to be the finale for most of these characters, I'm just going to let it happen. There was a good ending moment between Kreese and Johnny and everybody. So he made his due. He ended his storyline, and he went and he prevented this guy from causing more problems. So he kind of did his ritual sacrifice kind of thing. So I can write it off as that. With the new Karate Kid movie coming out, I doubt it's going to reference any of this. I'm hoping it happens before this whole show, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm going to write it off as that. That was Cobra Kai. I'm giving season 6, part 3. I'm giving this part a 4.8. I maybe do a whole season 6 review eventually, but part 1, I gave a 4.1. And part 2, I also get a 4.8. So from 4.1, 4.8, 4.8, that's the ratings for all 3 parts. Maybe I do a full review eventually. Maybe I rewatch the whole season. With that being said, guys, get in the comments, discuss how you feel about the show. How do you not, this is the Von Casket, home to the lamest Stacey. Check me out on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, where you subscribe, like, and comment, hit the bell for much more. Do me a massive favor and stay lame.